What's going on, everybody? Almost Counts Collectibles here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some pickups that we got from a recent flea market trip. Now, one of these came from a large actual flea market. The other one was a really big indoor antique mall, which is essentially just another indoor flea market with a bunch of booths set up, and you just grab what you want, you go to this big front counter, and you check out and get all your stuff. So we're going to go through everything we picked up from these two different locations and just see some of the really cool finds that we were able to grab. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll go through these bags one at a time and check everything out. All right, we're going to start with some of these bigger boxes that weren't in bags because you could see some of it already anyways. So let's go ahead and get these out of the way. So first up, we actually picked up the Lego Fortnite Battle Bus. One of my kids has really been wanting this. They had one brand new sealed, asking 90 bucks for it. They actually took $80 for it. So we picked up the Fortnite Battle Bus for 80 bucks. Pretty cool if you're into Fortnite, but it does come with a lot of the little mini figures. And then of course, you know, the Battle Bus, one of the more iconic things in Fortnite. So I thought that was a pretty cool find, and they can finally build the Battle Bus. So we picked that up for 80 bucks. All right, next up, we have Pokemon Yatsi Jr. and we have Pokemon, the Monopoly version of the Johto edition, which has got Lugia and Ho-Oh on it. Now, these two things came from the indoor antique mall, and they are sealed with these little pieces of string, so you can't open them. So it did not indicate whether or not these were complete. This was $12. I believe this was $15. And I can see at one point they got this from Goodwill for $4. Now, I told my kid that these probably are not complete given how cheap they were. I think this open and complete, you can get one on eBay for like 40 to 50 bucks. Considering that they were nowhere near that price, I'm assuming they are not complete. But we're going to go ahead and open these up. Regardless if they're complete or not, they are really cool display pieces. This is from the 90s, this Pokemon Yatsi Jr. I think it was like, let's see, 1999 is the last trademark on here, if you guys can see that. So pretty cool to pick up an old Pokemon game with a box in this good a shape. So even if they're not complete, like I said, they're going to make awesome displays. But let's go ahead and open these up and see if they are even complete or not. All right, here we go. We're going to open this up. Now this should have, it looks like a board, the little pieces, some dice, the cup, and we'll see what all is actually in here. All right, there's actually more pieces in here than I thought would be. Even has the little trays. So we have the board. And we even have the instruction manual. We've also got a Bulbasaur hiding there. All right, so we have the instructions and we have the board, it looks like. So this is actually more complete than I thought it would be. We've got the little cup here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 yellow dice and a regular dice. So I'm not sure exactly how many dice. 1, 2, 3. There's 5 on the picture. So let's see. Contents, 5 dice. Okay, so it looks like we might have even gotten an extra dice. The dice cup, 20 scoring tokens, the scoreboard, the label sheet, 20 scoring tokens. So I'm assuming the scoring tokens are the little number 1s. It doesn't say anything about the individual little Pokemon. So I don't know how many of those we're supposed to have. We've also got a Pikachu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It looks like there's going to be way more than 20 of these. So I don't know, guys. It looks like it is let's go ahead. I'm going to pull out and see how many different, let's go ahead and see how many different Pokemon there are. All right, we have all 5 Pokemon. There are actually multiples of those in here. So it looks like, from what I'm seeing, this might actually be complete and then some. We got an extra white dice that I don't think was supposed to be in here. And we have way more than 20 of these, but I'm starting to guess maybe these are the score counters. And I think it said we're supposed to have 20 of these as well. All right, we actually have 20 of the Pokemon. So yeah, Yatsi Jr. might actually be complete and in really good shape for 12 bucks. All right, next up we have Pokemon, the Johto edition for Pokemon Monopoly. Once again, really cool display piece if it's not all here, but let's go ahead and open it up and see if all the pieces are here. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have the instruction manual. We have the board, which looks really good. And then we have, okay, I thought these were like brand new, never opened, but these look to be in really good shape. The money looks to be in really good shape. They're all like in little baggies. So we've got all the money, we've got all the cards. We have, oh, okay, I see them. So here we have the hotels. I was looking for the pieces. So let's see if all of the actual tokens are in here. Okay, we've got our dice. All right. And we've got Totodile. Let's see if they're all in here. We got Pikachu, Togepi. All right. Is that Pichu? I think that might be Pichu. I think that might be all of them, guys. Is that all of the pieces? Oh, here's some more. All right, let's see what individual tokens we were supposed to get. And here they are. There are 6 of them, and we have all 6 tokens. So it looks like, without counting every piece of money, it looks like Pokemon Monopoly might actually be complete, and we got this for 15 bucks. If they actually got this complete for $3.99, that's awesome. That was a really good deal. Maybe they had to track down some pieces to complete it. I'm not sure, but it looks like the majority of stuff is here and in really good shape. So it looks like Pokemon Monopoly, the Johto edition, was a win. All right, let's get started with bag number 1 here. Now, this is more stuff from that antique mall that we got from some different booths. So we got a old Burger King toy of Gyarados that came with a little Pokeball with a little keychain on it. I believe this was like 8 to 10 bucks, but it is in really good shape, and it does come with the Pokeball. They had some more of these. They had like Pikachu and a few others. Might go back one day and grab the other ones, but we definitely had to snag Gyarados. So we got Gyarados there. All right. My kids still like this piggy game on Roblox, and somebody had a bunch of these little figures like they like to collect. These were like $1 a piece. So they did snag some of these piggy figures. So here's 4 of them. I don't know all their individual names. I'm not even going to try. So I'm just going to show you some of the figures that they actually got. All right, we got this cool little Pokemon scene display here. It's got the unknowns in the background. It comes with a Pokemon that goes on the little stand right here in the front. Thought that was pretty cool. Got that for like 8 bucks, I believe. We got another piggy figure. At least I'm assuming all of these are from that same Piggy game. All right, and a couple more. I think that's it for the Piggy figures. Nope, I completely lied. There are a few more in here. So they probably have every single one that was ever made of those now. Last but not least in here, we got a playing mat, a card playing mat of Pokemon Crown Zenith. I'm not sure if this came in one of the Elite Trainer boxes. Probably did, I'm not sure. But we got that playing mat. This was $5. All right, and that was everything from bag number 1. Let's get it out of the way. All right, bag number 2 here is also from that antique mall. I think this is the last bag of items from there. So we picked up this really cool little Rugrats storage box. It's got the metal little handles, you know, hook loops right here on the side. It's got the metal little corners. I don't know if they still make stuff like this. This was definitely maybe more of like a 90s thing. It is in pretty good shape. There is like a little pin mark right here inside of the lid. Inside needs to be wiped out just a little bit, but overall in really good condition. Picked this up for my wife, 1998 Viacom International. So this is an original Rugrats little storage box. Thought that was pretty cool. So we picked that up. We got Reptar on there, Tommy, Chucky. All right, actually picked up a Disney Adventures magazine for kids. I think this one was $4.99. This is from 1998. It's got Doug, Bart, we got Tommy on there, Bobby. Just a lot of cool characters featured from back when I used to watch, you know, cartoons and stuff like that. So picked up that little magazine, but we also got one more. They had, I'm going to try to, somebody's still got their name and address on this. But they had a VR Troopers Disney Adventures. So had to pick that up. You don't see VR Trooper stuff very often. And I picked up a game. One booth had this game in it. I believe this was $2.99. Pro Bass Challenge. Now I am trying to build, I'm always looking to build my game collections, my older game collections. Most recently, Super Nintendo. But Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, not so much. There are a few other titles I'd like to get for PlayStation 1, but PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, I'm not going for complete sets or anything like that, just games that I would actually want to play. The reason I picked this up, number one, it is in really good shape. The case, the manual, the disc, everything is in really, really good shape. This is actually, I don't know how many of these they made, but this is actually one of the blue discs PlayStation 2 games. I'm not sure how many of them are actually blue, or if that really means anything at all. But I picked this up because I remember playing Sega Bass Fishing on, like, you know, your older consoles, and I just remember really enjoying that game. So I picked this up just to try it out, just to see if it's any fun. Not really big into fishing games or anything like that by any means, but we're gonna try it out and see if it's any good. So we got Pro Bass Challenge for, like I said, like $2.99. And then we got another copy of Digimon the Movie on VHS tape. Now we recently just picked one of these up at another flea market for $1. This one was $5, but the case is in better shape than the other one we got. It also came with the little insert poster, and the cassette itself is in really good shape. So I went ahead and paid the $5 and picked up another copy of Digimon the Movie on VHS. All right, next bag. Had to snag these for my wife. Somebody actually had the complete little set of the Rugrats Adventures figures. And for the most part, most of the packaging is in really good shape. Like I said, they're still sealed. They wanted if you added it all up, sticker price, it'd have been about 85 bucks for all of them. They said they would sell them for 40. So I got this whole set for 40 bucks. So we've got Angelica here. And right here on the back, you can see all 6 sets. Phil and Lil come together. So we got Angelica. We got Tommy on his little trike there. We got Dill in his little stroller. We got Spike. Comes with the little doghouse. We got Chucky with his fishing rod. For some reason, they wanted more for Chucky than they had stickered for the rest of them. And then lastly, we got Phil and Lil here. Now, Phil and Lil's packaging is actually one of the main ones that's damaged. You can see the upper right behind this has been ripped off. I'm assuming maybe at some point, you know, they put tape on there, took it off to reprice it or something, accidentally ripped it. So the packaging is a little damaged, but they wanted $30 for Phil and Lil. Now I'm guessing maybe because it comes with 2 figures, they doubled the price. I'm not sure, but we did pick up the complete set for 40 bucks for all 6 of these. So my wife was pretty excited to add that to her collection. We're gonna have to make room on the shelf over there for the Rugrats figures. All right, next up we have a small little paper bag here with 1 item in it, but a cool item nonetheless. So my oldest likes Micro Machines. Not super active in collecting it, every now and then picks one up, but wants to get more into collecting some of the older ones. And we are also recently into Star Wars. We're finally going back. All my kids are old enough now where we can kind of pay attention and enjoy it. And we started with episode 1. We're working all the way through. We've done episodes 1, 2, 3, the Obi-Wan series, and now we just are about to finish A New Hope. So they are pretty into Star Wars. I found this for 5 bucks at the flea market. It is one of the old Micro Machines Pod Racer packs. It's got Anakin in there, and I'm not sure who this other one is. I know it's not Sebulba. One of the other racers, not into Star Wars enough to know exactly who that is, but this is a really cool piece. You can see right here, you can get the little launchers to actually race them. He's going to keep these sealed. He hangs them up on his wall, but a pretty cool little piece right there, the Star Wars Pod Racer pack. All right, this next bag right here actually was one of the first bags I picked up when we made it to the flea market. Now, this flea market was huge. We were there for 5 hours and still didn't get to see everything. It probably could have easily taken 10 hours if you actually wanted to take your time and look at all the vendors that you were interested in. It is a huge flea market. But this was one of the first things that I picked up. So I got this awesome Warheads apple pillow. This, back in the day, Warheads, the apple was my favorite flavor. I remember eating these all the time. Had to pick this up for the collectible room. So we got the Warheads pillow. This was $5. Then we got this really cool Mario case. Now at first, my wife just thought this was like a pencil case. This is really heavy. I knew instantly that this was not a pencil case. What this is a Nintendo Switch game case. So it's like magnetically sealed. So you have this section and then you have the back section. Really, really cool. This was $5. It is in great shape. Pick that up just to add to the collectible room. I don't even think I'm going to put games in it. But just thought that was a really cool piece for 5 bucks. All right, then they had some magazines, or not magazines, but some books back in the back. So we got a Rugrats Space Invaders, really cool. All of these books were $2 for all of them. This is from like 98, 99, I can't remember the exact year. But this is from, let's see, where is it at? This is from 1998, right there. So and the books are in really good shape. They're not drawn in, they're not ripped. Really, really cool. Then we got Major League Dads. I think this one was from 99, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one says 1999 in it. All right, then we got some Pokemon books. So Attack of the Prehistoric Pokemon. This is from 1998, it looks like. There's the back of it. Really cool to find these old Pokemon books. We got Pokemon the First Movie, Pikachu's Vacation. This was from the Dollar General back in the day. Go ahead and open this one. Looks like this one's from 98 as well. Really, really cool. And then last but not least, you don't find Digimon stuff very often, but they had this How to Draw Your Digimon. It's a Scholastic book. Really, really cool, in good shape. I'm gonna flip through it real quick. It shows you how to draw some of the main, starter Digimon. This is from 2000, right up there, if you can see that. Extremely cool. Love Digimon. All right, and then from that same vendor we just got this stuff from, actually grabbed 2 more items. So we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze on VHS. This was the last Turtles VHS I needed. I have 1 and 3, so I finally found 2. The VHS tape is in really good shape, no mold, no breaks, no dirt. So picked that up for $1. Got that, and then we got another cassette. We got Christina Aguilera. So I think this was her first one. My wife had the CD, obviously, back in the day, but this is the cassette for that CD. It's got Genie in a Bottle, some of her, first hits on it. So you don't find cassettes very often, but we managed to pick up Christina there. So that's what we got from that first vendor. Let me get it out of the way. All right, next up, this is probably the most stuff I bought from one vendor. We've got, I think, one more thing to show after this that I actually skipped that we got from the antique mall. I was thinking it was the flea market, but that did also come from the antique mall. But nevertheless, we got a bunch of media items from one of the booths. So first up, this was the only game they had, but they had a really good clean copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 for $360. They only wanted $3 for it. It's got all the inserts. The discs were in really good shape. So I threw that on the pile, but we got a lot of VHS tapes. So we got The Empire Strikes Back, and all the tapes are in really good shape. No molds, nothing like that. You always got to watch for that when you're buying old VHS tapes. If people have stored them in their garage or their attic, if they got moisture on the actual tapes, more than likely they got molded. So you got to be careful with that. But we got The Empire Strikes Back. We got a really clean copy of The Fifth Element. We got The Last Starfighter on VHS. Actually just saw this movie recently. I picked up a DVD of it. I actually enjoyed it, thought it was really good. So we got The Last Starfighter. We got a sealed copy of The Sixth Sense. Once again, all these VHSs were $1. So I thought that was really cool to pick up a sealed one. We got a copy of Aliens. Do not have this on VHS, but we do now. We got Star Wars: A New Hope. We got a really clean copy of Scary Movie. Have not seen this in forever. Gonna have to, this was from Blockbuster, obviously, back in the day. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Haven't seen this in forever. Looking forward to go back and watching that as well. Got a copy of Seven. And a lot of these are really clean. So it's nice to add those to the collection. We got Willow here. I have a sealed, larger big box copy of this, but now I can finally watch one because I don't want to open my sealed ones. All right, we got this DVD collection of Indiana Jones. Got this for $3, the widescreen edition. I checked, all the DVDs are in there. And then we got Terminator. So I did not have Terminator 1. This is the limited edition. So finally picked up a copy of the first Terminator on VHS for the collection. All right, then lastly right here we got some CDs. So I've been into getting soundtracks. I don't know why, just one of those random things that started. When I can find these for cheap, I pick them up. So we got the Matrix soundtrack here. This one actually had a broken cover, but I made an exception. I don't see this one very often, so got the Matrix. I'll have to try to find a replacement cover piece. Got an old Godsmack CD from back in the day. Had to add that to the collection. Got Eve 6. We got Britney here, In the Zone. Got the soundtrack for Reservoir Dogs. Really like Quentin Tarantino, one of my favorite directors. Well, he's also an actor and all that other stuff too, but love his movies. So got Reservoir Dogs there. And then we got the old Shaggy CD. I'm sure everybody knew this song. Well, some of his songs, mainly Angel. And it wasn't me from back in the day, but finally picked up a pretty clean copy of that. And that is it. All right, lastly, this came from that antique mall. I forgot about it. I set it over in the corner, but this was from the first place that we went. We got this really cool Star Wars Episode 1 Darth Maul electronic talking figure. So he talks, he swings around, swings his lightsaber. The box is pretty rough. I think this was 20 or 25 bucks. But my youngest, Darth Maul and Darth Vader, are two of his favorite characters. He really likes the villains. Can't blame him. Love Darth Maul. Iconic Star Wars lightsaber battle. So we had to pick this up. We were going to take it out, change the batteries because they're not working. He says different phrases, and we're going to put it downstairs in their little gaming room for display. But we did pick up this Darth Maul. I mean, the detail on this thing is actually really amazing. I mean, look at his face. So really, really cool. But let's go ahead and get everything thrown back here that we picked up from our flea market and antique mall run and take one last little look. All right, so we've got everything back in the shot here. As you can see, a lot of stuff that we picked up. Over here, we got the cool Warheads pillow. We got the Fortnite Lego Battle Bus set. We got our Darth Maul figure back there in the middle. The Pokemon Monopoly Johto edition, the Pokemon Yatsi Jr, which both seem to be complete. That was a really good find. We got the PlayStation 2 Pro Bass Challenge game. We got the Rugrats little storage container over here. Some more Pokemon items, the cool Disney Adventures magazines, Digimon the movie on VHS tapes, that cool Switch game holder with Mario and characters featured on the front. Some really good VHS pickups for $1 a piece. We got our CDs. Finally got Turtles 2 on VHS. We got Grand Theft Auto 5 back there on 360. The Indiana Jones DVD collection. A bunch of Roblox Piggy figures. We got our books. So we got Digimon, we got Rugrats, we got Pokemon books. We got the complete set of those Rugrats figures. We got the Crown Zenith Pokemon playing mat. And we got the Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer Micro Machine set. A bunch of really, really cool finds. I hope you guys enjoy seeing this stuff. I hope there was something in here for you that you enjoyed seeing. But you never know what you're going to see on this channel. This is just some of the examples of the things that we like to collect, and that you will probably see more of similar items in future videos, and then just throughout the collection room and other things as we go. So thanks for joining us, guys, for going through all this stuff that we picked up. You'll probably see some of this in future videos for reviews and all kinds of stuff of that nature. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. And until next time, everybody, we will see you next video.